Yep.
And they said that there was a young boy called Henry.
Right.
That was in the corner up here.
Let's have a little look here in the corner. Are you here, Henry? What was that?
The light's gone out.
You heard.
I know somebody whose uncle came to Great Stony and he did suffer horrendous abuse here.
Really? There's definitely an energy in here, isn't there? Can you feel that?
It feels dead.
Yeah. I don't want to do this. Thanks again. You're going home. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of A Day in the UK. And tonight we are
at Great Stony School.
There's Sonia.
Known as Zinc Art Centre.
At Great Stony School. This is take two, isn't it?
Yes,
because I cocked up the first one. At Zinc Art Centre. Now, if you haven't seen the first video, I'm going to leave a link to it at the end. But here, right now, I'm going to show you a little clip from that. So let's check it out.
I had a knock on the door at 11:45 last night. Bang, bang, bang.
I've got a video with orbs on it. It's amazing.
You've got a video of orbs?
Yeah. So, and that went on, and in the end, the other member of staff had to come and sleep in the room with me because we was both so scared.
Okay.
Do you see them orbs?
Ooh. Yeah. Oh my God.
And that's in normal time. If you wait a minute, you'll see me. I've seen if you are brave enough to come and spend the night at Zinc. All on your own.
Right.
In the end of a corridor.
Right, so I'm staying alone, am I not?
Well.
Tonight.
Well, you'd like to think you're alone, but who knows what's going to happen tonight.
But last time it was interesting, wasn't it? Because Sonia showed us some very creepy footage.
Oh, I did, didn't I?
You did.
And guess where you're staying tonight?
Yeah.
On that same floor. And I'm even putting you into the room that the orbs went into.
Thanks very much.
Don't go behind me.
Here we go. What is this, by the way?
So
This seems really quite old, doesn't
let me
it?
give you some ambience.
Yeah.
Take away the Zinc staff only. So this was the entrance to the headmaster's office.
Really?
Yes.
Where was the office then?
Upstairs. So if you can imagine, if you imagine me called to the headmaster's office, having to wait at the steel gates.
That's horrible.
And then the steel gates being opened and having to do your little walk.
Like to make you feel good in those days, didn't they?
Yes, it's all about positive affirmation.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't, you know what though, with these schools, a lot of it was about teaching by fear.
Discipline, yes.
Yeah.
Teaching by fear.
I mean, I remember my parents have many times talked about the canings that they got, which is crazy when you think about it, but that's just the way it was. And then that must have happened here. So they were these kids, the naughty kids, you know, even...
And these are probably as well, because this school went from being a poor school, so you've got kids that are coming from Hackney, whose parents have perhaps died or are working 12 hours, 16 hours a day, so they're running the roads and, you know, looking after themselves.
Yeah.
Maybe, I'm a massive assumption, becoming a little bit feral and then having to come here into a place where you all look the same, you all wore the same clothes, you had to get up at this time, do this, do that, do the other. So that must have been a real culture shock for that. And then from going from a poor school to an EBD, emotional behavioural difficulty school, well then, were those young people...
Also being branded like that as well. Like... you know, I remember in our school as well, kids were branded with, like, they call it like a special needs. Like, do you remember? Horrible. And I don't know if you guys remember that, like the special needs class, and they were treated differently, and the teachers were treating them differently as well. And that's not that long ago.
No, it wasn't, because I remember that actually at school.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Horrible.
I wonder if that. Thinking about something like that. I wonder if the whole of this school and it had its own little living site, it has your own little community within the village, whether this whole building was kind of looked as that special class. Do you want to come up?
Well, this was the headmaster's office, wasn't it? So we might as well go up there.
What will happen is, what you have to do, so when you come up here, I mean, it looks different because it's been painted, but it was all in wood panel, so it was all very dark and oppressive. And if you imagine that kind of dark wood panelling, green Victorian plants, headmaster.
Yeah, okay. All right, we're going.
And the lights will come on as well, which will take away the.
To the headmaster's, what would have been the headmaster's office, but yeah, the lights are coming on.
This up here.
Right, hang on a minute. I think we need some sort of torch or something. These lights in here, they just come on by someone passing by?
Yes, so you.
Right, so why did that come on down there then?
Well, this is the problem that we have with this building, is that we have lots of lights that come on because they're on a sensor, but there's nobody there.
Great.
So when you're sleeping tonight, you'll see the lights come on.
You're not making this easy for me.
Underneath the door.
Fantastic.
Yes. And that's what's awful. And if you look closely, you might see little feet shadows as well. Yeah,
cheers. Anyway, let's get to.
Let me tell you a great story.
Go on.
Well, this is where they did the clearing. So some ladies are renting the space. They wanted to get rid of vibes and, you know, make it sort of a neutral space for them to come and work.
Yeah.
And they said that there was a young boy called Henry. That was in the corner up here.
What do you mean in the corner? What corner?
Well, I think it's either this corner.
What, this corner?
I don't know. I feel like Henry would like to stand there.
When was this clearing? When did this clearing happen?
Last week.
Last week?
Yes.
What? And they got some sort of paranormal people to come down there?
Just in tune with their spiritual vibes and.
What did they say about Henry?
He's just the young boy that stands in the corner.
I feel like now, when you've said the corner, I feel like you mean that corner. Could be any corner, right?
Well, this
could be that corner over there.
It's got more ambience. I'm going to come over here. Because what I love about this corner, just excuse the guitars, is these cupboards. So these are original, 1901.
What's that?
This is all our musical instruments.
Okay. This woman obviously came in here last week and did this clearing. Is it because people were sensing a negative energy here then? Because that's what I'm thinking. Why were they, if they were brought in to clear the place, ordinarily someone who's clearing and exercising a place is because it's got a bad energy. I don't feel a bad energy here.
No, I don't think, no, there's definitely not a bad energy here.
What do you reckon that was about then?
I think that's, I think people, more and more people, that's what they do now. You know, going to mediums and Reiki and healing and all that kind of stuff. It's just that is nowadays an everyday thing that you do every day.
Okay.
So I think part of their clearing is like them having the cleaners coming in and doing deep clean.
Oh, I see.
So we cleaned it.
Did you invite me? Who invited me in?
They did.
Oh, who?
The ladies that rent the space.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So they cleaned the floor and cleaned the sides and then cleaned the air. What's wrong with that?
That's fascinating. Anyway, what was the little boy's name?
I can't play the guitar. Don't be looking at
What was the little boy's name?
Henry.
Henry, are you here? Let's have a little look here in the corner. Are you here, Henry? What was that?
The light's gone out.
So the light just went out when I asked. That's giving me a...
What about that corner?
What corner? Over here. Are you here, Henry? I don't like asking that question. It's going to be shivers down the spine.
What would you do if Henry said yes?
Huh?
What would you do if Henry said yes?
The light's just come on over there in the corner.
I think so, I moved.
No, you didn't. You were nowhere near it. What the... There's no one near him. How fast is that? How far is that sensor? Is that sensor there?
That's CCTV.
All right. Well, I mean, this is CCTV here.
And you've just moved loads and that didn't come on.
Right. So where's the sensor here? No, because I want to work out what's real and what isn't. You know, what we can write off as something to do with the electrics and the sensors and bits and pieces like that, or what could be something interesting. Henry, are you here? Henry?
I don't know about you, Adrian, but I'm finding that really a little bit spooky that sensor still hasn't gone off. And you've walked in front of it and straight along in front of it.
There's definitely a feeling up here, an eerie feeling.
And now you've stopped talking about Henry, that light hasn't gone on and off.
Huh?
I wonder if you talk about Henry again, ask if Henry's here, see if that light goes on.
you in here, Henry?
Henry, put the light on if you're here. Right, there you go. Debunk that one.
Let's
Good night, Henry.
let's move
I've got to
down.
say
You
that,
said.
just in case he comes back and sees us.
All right. Yeah. God bless, mate. All right. Let's get down here because you were talking about something else, weren't you? Oh, here you go. Now the light comes
now
on.
the lights come on.
Yeah, that's genuine. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So that's where the headmaster was.
So you just got the cane in from the headmaster.
Right.
And now you're walking down the stairs.
Oh God. So we're going in the theatre, right? That's where we were last time.
That's where your battery went off.
That's where the battery
And
went off.
Memory card.
Yeah. Actually, now we're thinking about it, let's do a little quick clip of that. This is what happened when the battery switched off. Check it out. Would you be saying, oh, that's kids running down the hall, if this hadn't have happened in a school in a past? It was bizarre what happened up there.
Tonight,
Right.
when you're in your room, and you will do it, of course you will, you'll do some selfie filming, you will get orbs. Because I had a friend here once and we did the Ferrero Rocher challenge, which is great fun. How many Ferrero Rochers can you eat in a minute? Of course you can eat loads. No, you can't, you can eat only 3. But we did that and there was just orbs flying everywhere. And it wasn't dust, it wasn't flies, it was nothing. There was nothing.
Really?
But when we watched it back, it was like, yeah, that's a bit weird.
That is weird.
So you replay, you'll see it.
Yeah. Jesus.
Come on then.
I'm looking forward to that. Right, where we pop in now to is we're...
So now we're going to pop next door to Great Stony Park.
Okay. This is where the kids used to live, right?
Yes, so when they came to this school, they'd come in, there used to be an entrance in the corner, so
Okay.
they'd all file in, the bell would ring and the bell would be rung, the
Okay.
bell lived up there.
Oh, right, okay.
Don't fall over.
Okay. Right, let's check this place out then. Hey, so Sonia's, before we go to Great Stony Hall, Sonia's pointed this out. This is the plaque. It says, this building was formerly the school for Hackney Children's Homes, 1908 to 1956. Great Stony School, 1956 to 1998. So where we're going now, this Great Stony Park?
We are walking along the top end of the high street
Yeah.
towards the Four Wands roundabout.
Right, right.
And we are on our way to Great Stony Park,
Okay.
which is was the boarding houses for the children that came to school at Great Stony School. Not hall.
Now, here's a question for you, right? Do you usually take a little walk on your own to this park here?
No, I
Don't, okay, good.
don't. It's a gated community.
It's a gated community, and here it is.
I know someone that lives there, so she's going to come and meet us. And
Oh, we've
look
got,
at this beauty.
we got exclusive access. Here's a question for you as well. Were these gates there at the time? Are these original gates?
I think they are, you know.
It looks... I think they are. It looks like it, doesn't it? Now, to give some extra validity to this incredible gate, I found a description online, and it says, my mum May was taken to Ongar Cottage Children's Home in or around 1920 to 21. Now, she says she remembers there being a big iron gate at the entrance and that the cottages were round in a kind of a circle stroke oval, and there was a large grassed area in the middle. And she remembers the dormitories and rooms being named after trees, and she actually remembers ash, birch, fir, oak, hawthorn and rowan. All the girls had their hair cut short, literally in a basin cut, and each cottage had a mother, and my mum remembers her being Mother Right. She said there was a hospital on the site near the woods, and she went there. She had a lump removed from her neck. Unbelievable. Right, so Sonia's just led me to this lovely lady. What's your name, sorry, lovely?
It's Rosemary Duncan.
Rosemary Duncan.
Yeah.
And so you live in Great Stony.
Yeah, Great Stony Park, yeah.
Shall I come in?
Of course you can come.
Should we go?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Isn't this lovely?
It is lovely.
Rosemary, this is lovely.
My little home.
It's beautiful.
Right.
It is beautiful. So what role do you play here, Rosemary, or at the school? Do you work at the school?
I work at the school. I'm a scrubber.
Is that slang for hygiene technician?
That's it. Exactly.
And she's brilliant. She's a brilliant scrubber.
I do the cleaning and look, general tidy maintenance. You know,
Right.
make it all look nice and clean.
You since you've been there.
Yeah.
So last time I came, we spoke to obviously yourself and Chris.
Yes.
And you know, other people talk about paranormal activity. Have you experienced anything there?
Well, no, because I'm in a new bit, and I
You're in a new bit. So you've not helped.
I've not heard of anybody saying it.
You've not felt anything either.
No, not at all.
No.
Not at all. Going back on the story, the whole of the estate is renovated except these 4 cottages. They were built on the swimming pool. So this is all a new build.
I wonder how many people died in the swimming pool.
You had to go there, didn't you? You had to go there, didn't you?
This is all the new build.
Right.
But the rest of it, what I understand, I might have got it wrong, but all the rest of it was the old school, and it's all redeveloped.
That's where they lived with their house mother and father.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they'd have their dinner.
And then like
go
this
to
was their
bed.
swimming pool, and then across the road, which are now flats, was like the offices and the showers and the medical centre. Do you want me to come round with you, because I can sort of show you little bits of it?
That would be lovely, wouldn't
Because
it?
I tell you for why, there's like the cook's houses.
And do you know all that?
Yeah.
Right. Let's do it, Rosemary.
Let
Yeah.
me get
Get
me
your
out.
wellies on.
All right.
Rosemary.
Okay.
Let me get me
So.
I'm not very good. I don't know the full history of it.
No,
I know a
but
little bit of
that
it.
It's more than we know.
Yeah.
It is more than we know.
Would you like to know that? I'd like to know.
I'd love to know that.
We want to know.
Look.
You know, we're in great. Look, she's got. That was a lot to you, didn't it?
Look at that. Can you see that?
Can you see that?
No, you can't.
No. Hairs are standing on end. But we're gonna find out about where the different accommodations for the kids were, the offices. Obviously, this was based on the swimming pool and so on and so forth. So,
This is
Rosemary's going to take us around. Right.
That's the original, and what I understand.
What is the original over here? So we're going to point over here.
Yeah, all of that square,
Yeah.
all of that whatever you want to call it, square,
Yeah.
is original. And what I understand was the offices and the shower rooms and the medical rooms. So if anybody had any problems, that's where they would go.
Right.
Medical,
Infirmary.
It's quite a creepy looking. If we just pop over here
it's not
for a second.
it's not that inviting, is it?
No, it's not inviting at all. It looks like Amityville horror.
All the original. They haven't changed any of the facade at all.
So yeah.
So they haven't changed any of the facade at all.
Okay.
It's all exactly as it was.
Amazing.
All the
Would
whole
this
lot.
have been where young people would have come in?
Yeah, they would have registered
They would
here.
have registered. This would be
They
their
would have like the
first
offices,
site.
Yeah, they would have registered here, and they would have said,
Can you imagine travelling from Hackney?
and then coming down here. But
And so that's where they were coming from. They were
coming
from Hackney.
Hackney, yeah, and then they would sort of register there,
Yeah.
and they have like a medical centre.
Yeah.
And like if they went into the swimming pool, they'd go in there for the showers.
Right.
But don't quote me because I'm not absolutely 100% certain. But that's what I understand from
That's enough.
If you walk round here,
Yeah. Yeah.
this is where it's slightly different.
Right.
This
Go
is
on.
the other side of what I was telling you about earlier on.
Yeah.
Where the medical centre, the
Yeah.
registration centre.
Yeah.
This is the other side of it.
And what is that? What did that used to be?
Exactly the same. It was the part of the registration, the medical
Administration
centre,
block.
the showers. It's just literally the other side of it.
Right. And just to say now, these are luxury flats, are they?
Yeah, absolutely.
These are luxury flats,
Absolutely.
but this is where the kids were. You look at that, and it looks.
You wouldn't believe that dated back to 1908, would you?
No, it looks beautiful, doesn't it?
No, it dates back to 1908.
But I wonder, back in those days, there was a lot of abuse.
Oh God, yes.
Was there not?
Yes, yes.
Now, what do you know about that? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to shine a torch on Rosemary here.
I only know from people that have told me,
Yeah.
like friends and things. Sort of, people say, "Oh, you know, I know someone that lived there. It wasn't very nice. You know, it was very cruel. It was very."
Really?
But I don't really know the full story. Am I?
So it's hearsay what you were saying.
Yeah, absolutely, and
but
I personally think, God, you know, if you lived in Hackney and you were brought out here to be given a better life, it must be better, mustn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Well, not if there was abuse here.
Well, I don't know. See, I really don't know. I'm only going by. I mean,
what about you? You've heard something. Let's just turn the camera on you. Sonia, what have you heard?
I know somebody whose uncle came to Great Stoney and he did suffer horrendous abuse here.
Really?
But I think that's indicative of the times, though.
It was, wasn't it?
I mean, we're talking 50s, 60s, 70s.
Okay.
No, you're going back to the 1908 when it was built.
I mean, I doubt.
You're going back to 1908. It didn't close till 1988. But
No.
You're going back 1908. Child abuse was
horrendous.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. You look at this here. You look at these amazing looking properties, and everything on the face of things looks great, doesn't it?
And originally, it was a poor school.
Yeah.
So it would have been either you came here.
Yeah.
Or you came to the workhouse.
Yeah, exactly.
So where would you prefer to be?
I'd rather be here, wouldn't you?
In the workhouse, or
I mean, you
come and
imagine-
have an education?
Yeah, it's the better of two evils then. If you're saying there was abuse here.
Cricket there. Okay, you may only come out once a week with a whip and that, but you played cricket, didn't you?
Yeah.
You know, what
Danced
would you do in
around
the
the main
workhouse?
pole.
Right, let's move on, shall we? I found no online examples of abuse at Ongar, save what the ladies just told me. I did find a horrifying case of abuse which took place at Hackney Schools, Brentwood, just up the road from here in 1893. And it was one of the school's nurses, Ella Gillespie, who was accused of systematic cruelty to the children in her charge, including beating them with stinging nettles and forcing them to kneel on wire netting that covered the hot water pipes. Now, children were also deprived of water and resorted to drinking from the toilet bowls. A most notorious practice was this nighttime basket drill, where children were woken from their sleep and made to walk around the dormitory for an hour with a basket on their heads containing their day clothes and receiving a beating if they dropped anything. And the case came to court at the end of May 1894, received a lot of press coverage, and ultimately she was jailed. She was put into prison. Right, everyone, Rosemary had to split, so we've come back now to the school. Well, it's not actually the school anymore, is it? But we're getting back to Zinc Arts Centre. So
We're going to look at some more stuff, shall we?
We are. Let's do it.
Oh, I can feel like
Let's do it.
About to rain.
What is this room?
So this is
Straight away, I'm drawn to this. It feels eerie. Is that a classroom there?
Yes, it is. Do we put lights on, or do you just want to feel the vibe?
Let's get a feel for it first, everyone, and then I'm going to put. Then we'll put the lights on after. For now, we'll just use this this torch. There's definitely an energy in here, isn't there? Can you feel that?
It feels dead.
Yeah, it's not a. Just to describe this for everyone, it's not a pleasant energy in here.
It kind of feels like you've in an aeroplane, now your ears pop. I feel a bit like that.
Let's get this light on. Okay. Right, here we go. Something about schools, isn't it? It's a weird.
It still smells like a school as well, doesn't it?
There's so much history with. Yeah, it does. It does.
I think this floor is from 1901. It's 121 years old.
Really? So you got some pictures over here.
Got some pictures.
Okay. Let's show.
Bands.
Oh wow.
Which is
so again, this is where we've just been. This is Great Stoney Park, and there are those amazing houses. Well, actually, what would you call them? They're looks like the size of a bloody factory, doesn't it? And you've got all the girls lined up here, and there's an orchestra there. It's just incredible, isn't it?
It's just crazy.
It is.
Is that the cricket bit that Rosemary was talking about?
Yeah. What else we got here?
What else we got?
This is really creepy. Look at that.
So that looks a little bit later, doesn't it? Or maybe it's the same time.
Not much later. Not much
That's
later.
their day outfits. The black.
That's the day outfits.
And maybe the white was their Sunday best.
You reckon?
I reckon.
Did you know that this is the day outfits? Is it?
Well, this looks like they're celebrating. It looks like, you know.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Maybe these go over the top of the black outfits, the white pinafores.
Do you think as well, right? Looking at this, you hold up for a second, right?
What are you going to say?
I'll tell you what I'm going to say. Yeah, this is what I'm going to say. Yeah, when people talk about haunted places from like the Victorian era, yeah, everyone's dressed in black. Do you see what I'm saying? There's straight away you've got you've deliberately worn that. You straight away there's a dark kind of creepy atmosphere that's associated with that period.
Or
yeah,
was it just because it was in the Victorian times? There was chimney smoke and horse do in the road and smoke industrial era. And
yeah,
they didn't want to get dirty and couldn't wear white.
There is that, but from a creepy sense of, from a creepy perspective, those dark colours that people would wear, like
it's the look on their faces as well, though.
yeah, exactly.
That is creepy.
No, here's the thing, right? This is why I think people associate, you know, ghosts and spirits and poltergeists with this period. It's like, why is it you never see a caveman ghost? Right? No, I'm joking. I'm serious though. See, I'm serious.
You see some bloke dressed up as Freddie the Flintstone and Dan Romford ghost.
Well, exactly. This is my point. Here's my point.
That's a really good point.
Here's my point. Why is it? Why is it? Can anyone answer me this question? Whenever people talk about ghosts, they're always top hat, they've got dark clothing, yeah? As if that's the only period that spirits and ghosts came from. Do you know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I'm speechless.
You are, aren't you?
I'm actually speechless.
Oh yeah, go on. Why?
Because I've never ever thought about that in my life. And
Yeah, it's
now
ridiculous.
You say it, you're absolutely right.
Those orbs and anything like that, that's the closest to what you might call spirit or entity or poltergeist. And actually, if you think about the depiction of that in certain films, that's how they are depicted. That, to me, is what I would call spirit or entity. Something formless that hasn't got a form. We're leaving this place. I don't want to do this. Thanks again. You're laughing at it. You're going home. I don't really...
But I've got to drive through Epping Forest. I'm freaking out.
Yeah. Well, I've got.
Fine.
I'm getting cotton mouth. I'm getting cotton mouth at the moment, but dry mouth. That's like a fear and anxiety type situation. So, anyway, let's get to it.
You can go first. Own it. Own this building. This building now belongs to you, Adam.
Yeah, thanks. It's mine. Next time on A Day in the UK. So we're at the top of the stairs, just about to go into the corridor where the spirit orbs were seen. Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm not enjoying this at all. Did you hear that? Did you hear that?